Good morning, students. We are again back with our history and political science. And in history and political science, we are going to deal today with the lesson of history, and the third topic is applied history. In this applied history, we are going to deal with 5 points. First point is what is applied history? Second point is applied history and research in various fields. 3.3 is applied history and our present. Fourth is management of cultural and natural heritage. And fifth is affiliated professional fields. Now, what is this applied history? Applied history is also known as public history. Applied history is a field of study concerned with the application of history for the benefit of people in the contemporary and future times. Knowledge of history is useful as it can provide guidance in finding solutions to contemporary social issues and incorporate them in the social planning. Knowledge of history is essential for this purpose. The projects and programs related to applied history can create opportunities for people to participate along with technical experts. Their participation in the capacity of tourists visiting museums and ancient sites is also important. Tourism creates interest in history among people. They can volunteer to participate in the conservation and preservation projects of their own city or town or village. Okay, now this applied history is also known as what? Public history, where public people are more involved in this. Okay, where they have more knowledge about it. Okay, and for this knowledge of history, for anything, knowledge of history is very much important. The projects might be, and for that you require technical experts. Okay, applied. Then again there are museums and all where people visit, tourist visits. Again, then you require volunteers in the conservation and preservation projects. So these are for the applied history. Now, applied history and research in various fields. History is about the past events. The way our present lifestyle is shaped is dependent on the historical chain of events. History is always in the past, which already happened, and that is also shaping our present today. Okay. Historical events relate to various fields like politics, okay, social and religious structure of a community, philosophy, technology, and science, etc. Each of these fields have their own history of building knowledge. The direction of future development is in every field is dependent on the state of available knowledge. Hence, the method of history can prove to be of value in the research of various fields. For example, philosophy. How it is that the history of philosophy helps in understanding the origin of various ideologies, the intellectual traditions giving rise to those ideologies, and their historical development. Philosophy needs language as a medium of expression. In order to understand the philosophical expression, knowledge of the history of language proves useful. Okay, now philosophy is what? The ideologies of different, the thinking, idea, pattern of thinking, and in what time it was there, at that time, which king was there, who was there, the background of that, what was the ideology of those people, that has to be studied. And for that, you require special studies. Next is science. The history of science helps in understanding the chronological order of scientific discoveries, inventions, and theories. It can also help to understand the cause effect chain that led to those discoveries and inventions. It is said that need is the mother of invention. Need is the mother of inventions. Scientific discoveries, inventions are often the effects of human efforts to fulfill a need and also curiosity. These efforts are based on already available scientific knowledge. Knowledge of history of science helps in understanding the factors that facilitate a scientific discovery, invention, and also its chronology. Now you know Thomas Edison wanted about the what? Light, current, electricity. So he was continuously trying, efforts he was taking to make the bulb. How many times he was discouraged, he failed, but he did not give up. So he continues to try. Same way, person who was thinking about gravitation, and he was sitting under the tree and apple fell down, he came to know about the gravitation pull. Okay, then also the person who was Archimedes, who was in the bathtub, he got that and he came out running and he forgot that he was having bath. He was without any clothes. So these are all the background of the things, what was their thinking and how, and it is related, no? What is the cause of invention, why the invention came into being, what were they thinking? So all this is connected. So science helps in that cause and effect. And the chronology, technology. Okay, the history of technology helps in understanding the changes and their causes in the field of agriculture production, commodity production, okay, architecture, engineering, etc. Scientific discoveries, inventions, and technological advancements are mutually dependent on each other. The knowledge of science and technology was very important at every step, from the making of stone tools to agricultural production in the evolution of mankind. Later, the advancement of science promoted the mechanism of production. It is necessary to know the history of technology in order to understand the development of mechanization, and the mutual dependence between science and technology. That is also important. Technology, how the technology developed. First there was stone wheels, then how the wooden wheel came, then how the tires came. Same way how how the phone was, then how in the phone there became lot of inventions, lot of development, and today we are having smart mobile and whatnot, all the types of different mobiles, Android and all. Fourth, industry and commerce. The field of mutual social transactions expands with the growth of industry and trade. It also promotes continuous development of the network of cultural interactions. It is an integral part of the industrial and commercial management. It is essential to understand the history of these processes. The nature of the market and commerce has continued to change. Accordingly, the nature of human relationships and the social organization also has continued to change. To understand this development, it is necessary to study the history of culture, social organization, and economic institutions. Fifth one is management studies. In order to understand various factors involved in the chain of production, such as means of production, human resources, and process of production, as well as the chain of market and sales management, etc., it is essential to have a knowledge of similar functional systems at the past of the past. It is essential to understand the psychological character of people working at various levels in the chain of production and marketing for healthy management. In order to achieve it, understanding of the social and economic institutions that support the industrial and commercial process is important. Knowledge of history in this regard makes the management at various levels easier. Now, different levels are there of management. So, management, different studies are there, different production fields are there. Okay, those who are doing management studies. Okay, there are different fields. HRD is there. Then in HRD we have the sales department. We also have different departments also are doing that. MBA. Okay, business management. No, MBA, management in business, this one. So HRD is a different, so they are doing how the management has to be done at different fields. What is the understanding of the people, or what is their, what you call, psychological character of people, that all things are there in regard to that. Next is arts. It is important to understand the development of various art forms with the help of their style of expression and their foundation in the form of intellectual, emotional, cultural traditions. The key to the expression in any art form, emotional temperament of the artist, and the developmental history of the respective art form can be understood with the help of cultural history. See, art form, different art forms are there. Okay, so how this art form has developed, and emotional also, emotions are involved in this art form. Okay, because you emotionals are there where you express the things, you can express your emotions through the art. Okay, because artists always express their emotions, their thoughts, their ideas through the drawing, to the dance, to the music. So art forms. Then the humanities include disciplines like history, archaeology, sociology, anthropology, political science, economics, etc. To understand the history of the origin and development of these disciplines, it is an essential part of their learning. All disciples are supposed to have their origin in philosophy. Ancient people all over the world tried to speculate in order to understand the relationship between the universe and human existence. Got it? To human existence. It gave rise to various mythological stories about the origin of this world, the universal order, human life, gods and goddesses, rituals and other and their philosophical explanation. Roots of philosophical ponderings are to be found in these mythological stories. Various disciplines under humanities have theoretical foundations based on philosophical theories. Only historical knowledge can help us in understanding these developmental stages. Okay, the next topic we shall deal with the remaining part of that. Okay, thank you.